Hi everyone, welcome back to Java 1 for All. In this video, we are going to talk about the set and hash set collections. But before we move on, let's go back here to this line 11. As I said, working oriented to interfaces is very good because technically you just have to change the implementation and you have a completely different maybe performance or maybe behavior. And in our case, we can change array list to linked list, and the only change is that linked list do not support the size, so we just have to remove this. And now if we execute this code, we will notice that it's working exactly the same way as it was working before. But what is linked list? Basically, linked list is a doubly linked list. If you come to any example on Google, it will show you how it works. So basically, each position of the array knows the next and the previous position. And why is this important? Because the performance, and remember the big O, time complexity, if we come to the linked list, the performance is O1. If we go back to our big O cheat sheet, we have the constant as the best possible value. And if we go back to our array list, we can see that the performance is lower. So if you are doing a lot of removing items from your collection, it's better to use linked list instead of array list. And just by changing the value that we had here from array list to linked list, the object, we have a different performance. So that's one of the advantages of working oriented to interfaces. And now let's talk about the set. Let's go back to our test package, right click, Java class, set test 01, PSVM, and I'm gonna copy the list of mangas that I have here, except the list part. I will copy these mangas, and basically the structure is exactly the same. Set, and then you give the type of that will be in that collection. You import from package java.util. You give a name. I'm going to give the name mangas, and then it comes the object. So we have two objects. One is the hash set, and another one is the linked hash set. I'm going to explain the difference later. As you can see, we have hash in the name. It means that this set is going to use the hash to have the elements inside it sorted. Now, another very important point of the set is that it does not allow duplicated elements. How does Java know that two objects are the same? Because of the equals. So the set, it will use both equals and hash code. Now, let's try to print this. First thing is that the set is not indexed. So we don't have 0, 1, 2, 3 like we had with array lists. So we have to iterate over it. We cannot get only one element. So for, and then the same way as we did several times. And here you will notice that it will not keep the order of insertion. Basically, it will keep the order of the internally the set was used. So you can see 5, 2, 3, 4, 1, and here is completely different order of insertion. Now go back to manga. You will see that we have our equals taking into consideration the ID and the title, and the hash code exactly the same, ID and title. If we change this equals and hash code, probably the order that we have here will also be different. So you cannot rely on in the order of insertion, because it will always keep sorting. If you insert something else, the positions may change. Maybe 5 will go down and the one inserted will go up. So you never actually know. Now, another thing, in case you want, for example, to keep the order of insertion, is still using the set to keep elements, unique elements. For example, if I want to duplicate Dragon Ball, I'm trying to insert 2 Dragon Balls in this collection. If I execute, you will notice that we don't have 2 Dragon Balls. Basically, it will check if the value exists. If it does exist, it will just ignore. So if you want to keep all the behaviors and to keep the order of insertion, you can use linked HashSet. Ctrl Shift F10, and as you can see, we have the same order of insertion being displayed in our console. So basically, that's how the set works. Just remember, it will use the hash code and equals. It only supports unique elements, so make sure that you have your equals properly implemented. And if you want to keep the order of insertion, go with linked HashSet. Okay, so that's everything I wanted to tell you. Let's continue in the next video. Bye.